Universe in India is saying this pre-existing condition, so we are not going to pay. That's why this thing is coming up.
Yes. So let me answer.
My question is like, how did you turn into an author?
How did I turn into an author? Actually, as I said, it's a passion. Actually, when I say the passion, let me give you a story, and actually, it's very, very important. First of all, there's a website called www.fatalcare.com. Nobody wanted that website, so I took it. Huh? Right. So let me tell you, I mean, when I started going out there and talking about patient safety, I would constantly get people coming up to me at conferences that would basically, and they are speakers also, that have had a tragedy happen to them. And they would narrate their stories to me and all. And then there's a big movement that actually started in healthcare called, if you remember stories, I mean, you remember tragic events and things like that much more shockingly, right? So the whole premise of this book was, how could those people that are talking at all of these conferences, they're only able to influence just a few. All I did was basically bring all of them together and got them to share each. There are 11 stories in this book, right? And these are basically real people, real stories, dramatized, so as to give you the feeling that as if you were actually involved in it. And the premise of this was, if you read those stories and you became part of that, we would be informing that many more people. So it was really an effort for Quantros from our side to literally contribute to how we can bring the message of patient safety to that many more number of people. And that's how this project actually started. This project was actually prompted by the health legislation or the healthcare law that was passed, Obamacare. And this book was literally to challenge the fact that it would not be enough for us, that what was contained within it from a healthcare policy standpoint was going to require that much more, and basically wanting to challenge that. And I wrote this book together with a very close colleague of mine, Dr. David Nash. He's at Thomas Jefferson University. But this was really more something that I felt needed to be done if we needed to inform people what would be right. So how do you become an author? You take a lot of 6-hour, 10-hour flights, and you have a 6-hour battery on your laptop before you have to sleep. You start writing.
Okay, I'm going to ask last question, then Sanjay will be here for, after that. So you guys please feel free to talk to him and ask any questions. Last question, everyone is asking all about healthcare, so I'm going to ask you a non-healthcare question. So what was one of the key lessons you learned that you will avoid in the next startup for the audience?
Key lesson to be avoided. I think never start on a journey if you don't have some of the things figured out in terms of literally how you're going to get funded, how people are going to basically pay for a lot of things that we did. I would say we were just fortunate, meaning that things aligned themselves for us. Now people look at me and say, oh, you were a great visionary, I mean, patient safety, quality, compliance, it's everything that people are talking about today. I think we were fortunate, meaning that it was good karma that we actually did that, we persisted, and we ended up. But lessons to avoid, just don't start off doing that, right? I mean, try to basically figure out all of your market, do the due diligence yourself before actually heading out into the market and test the market appropriately for that.
Thank you. With that, let's give a big round of applause to Sanjay.